Hello. So we made it to the Sky Chapel, people. As you can see, that top place is the chapel, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, they have a gallery on the second floor as well. And I'm in this middle part. This is a Picasso artwork right here. So as you can see, it's kind of just like an empty space right here.
The First United Methodist Church of Chicago has a long and rich history. It has been the witness to the city's growth and development and has played an important role in the community. The church is known for its commitment to social justice and its inclusive and welcoming spirit. The Sky Chapel was created in 1952 as a gift from the Walgreen family in memory of Charles Walgreen. It was the tallest building in Chicago from 1924 until 1930.
Namaste, amigos. Once again, another video with us. We made it here to the First United Methodist Church.
And also it's called like a Sky Chapel of Chicago.
Another way to call it,
Yeah.
yes. So this is one of the highest chapels in the world. Not the only one, but one of them.
Yes.
And we're very excited because they do free tours at 12:45. We have to meet at the entrance of the church. So we're just waiting for that. But we're very excited to see it. We're going to go to the top of this building and see how their chapel is inside.
Yeah, and also it is located like almost like 400 feet above the ground level. So this construction started almost from like the 18th century. So from 18th century to like 19th century, so many changes happened. So finally it was like done in like around 1950. But we will walk through the history after after we go inside and like I know more history about it.
Discovering a little bit more
Yeah.
information.
But like for so many years, this building was like considered like one of the tallest building in Chicago. So we were excited to see the architecture inside because we have seen some of the photos and pictures and videos. So it has like a fantastic views inside. So we're excited to go inside and see.
Yes, very
Yeah.
excited. Hey guys, so we found a cool little discovery right on the side of the church. As you can see, going down that alley right there, it just basically the whole side of the wall is different pictures of the history of this particular place and the people that were involved. So First United Methodist Church and their history just on the side. It's a very interesting. We recommend that you guys check it out.
Its construction began in 1822, funded primarily by the contributions of the local Methodist community, who were dedicated to establishing a place of worship and community engagement that would serve as a pillar of support and guidance for the growing population of Chicago. Its construction spanning several years from 1822 to its completion in 1838 showcases a remarkable blend of Gothic and Neo-Gothic architectural elements, characterized by its majestic spires, intricate stained glass windows, and ornate detailing, all of which have solidified its status as a significant cultural and historical landmark in the heart of Chicago. The first church services were held in the homes of members, but in 1834 the congregation built a log cabin on the north bank of the Chicago River. 5 years later, in 1839, the first church building moved across the river to its current site at the corner of Washington and Clark Streets. The church grew rapidly in the early years of Chicago, and by 1845 it had built a brick church with a 148-foot spire. This building served the church until 1858. In 1873, the church built its third building, a 10-story Gothic revival structure designed by the architectural firm of Berling and Adler. This building was known as the Methodist Episcopal Church City Temple, and it was the tallest church building in the world at the time. However, the building was destroyed in the Great Chicago Fire of 1871. The church rebuilt its sanctuary in 1874, and it continued to grow and thrive in the years that followed. From 1922 to 1924, the church completed its current building, the Chicago Temple Building. This 23-story skyscraper is the tallest church building in the world, and it is a Chicago landmark. The construction of the Chicago Temple building was a monumental undertaking that endured significant challenges, including the Great Depression and World War II. Despite these adversities, the building stood as a symbol of hope and resilience for the people of Chicago. It represents the city's unwavering determination to rise above adversity and create something truly remarkable.
Alright guys, so we wanted to show you this awesome shot of inside of the chapel, the main chapel, which is on the first floor. It was beautiful. And also this wonderful organ right here that we saw someone playing for the first time. That was a really cool experience.
Originally, the church only had a central pulpit and a small communion table, not uncommon in Methodist churches from that era. But then this large...
So we ended up joining the service with everybody, and that was wonderful, a very cool experience. And beginning of the tour, we started at one of the lobbies, and we took an elevator up to a certain point. I do have to let you guys know that after that, we do have to take some stairs to get to the Sky Chapel. So we made it to the top of the building, guys. This awesome place contains 16 stained glass windows. 4 depict scenes from the Old Testament, 4 from the life of Jesus, 4 represent the history of the Christian church in the Old World, and the final 4, the history of the church in the New World. And it is amazing, wonderful place, and very, very beautiful.
December. The chapel was a gift of Mrs. Myrtle Walgreen, and you all know the Walgreen drugstore chain. Mrs. Walgreen was a member here in the 1940s. This is overlooking, you got it, Chicago as it appeared in 1952. And not all of Chicago, but if Jesus were indeed standing here as I am and looking in this direction, these are the buildings he would have seen in 1950. How the tower itself divides into stories, I can't say.
Got it.
There are 5, and trace our history back to the Protestant Reformation. So this is our Martin Luther window. The swan here, I believe the story is Jan Hus, who preceded Martin Luther by a number of years, was martyred maybe as early as 1415, I'm not sure about the date, but he was from what we would say the Czech Republic, Bohemia. Second floor is here, but all of this is office space. This is the second floor, and that window is right here in this model. That window is right here, and it's directly over the Clark Street entrance to the church. This would be Clark Street, and this would be Washington. When the architects designed the temple building, they felt like the church needed its own entrance, and the office building needed its own entrance, so that the two functions were somewhat distinct.
that's it, guys. Finally, we finished visiting the chapel. It was very interesting. I never thought going to church will be an interesting thing. It has so much history, you know. So they were giving a small tour about explaining the building, architecture, and history behind it and everything. So yeah, it was cool.
One thing Harish and I really enjoy together is learning about the history in general. So this church has a lot of history. And as you can see in the videos, everything is amazing. Everything is so detail oriented. The tour was very informative, and he gave a lot of good information. So overall, we enjoyed it a lot. It was very, very good. And we joined their ceremony at the beginning, so that was interesting too.
Yeah, we went to visit that place mostly because of the history behind it.
Right.
So we were looking little bit about in the internet about that place, and so we thought it might have some good history, especially it has 18th century, all those history back. So
right. At one point in time, which I thought was very cool, that was one of the tallest buildings in Chicago. So before, what is it, the Sears Tower, what everybody calls it, the Willis Tower. Before the Willis Tower, the Sky Chapel was the tallest building, and then came the Willis Tower. But I thought that was very interesting because way back then they were already thinking bold, and they were thinking, okay, what can we do to attract more people, and things like that. So I thought that was great. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah. They mentioned it was not for so many years, but at least that was the first tallest building in Chicago. So that was interesting,
It was.
Yeah. So yeah.
So now that we're done, it's already 2 p.m. So we're gonna head in somewhere and have something to eat.
Yes.
The Revival Food Hall is just around the corner, so we thought that was a good option. And come on, let's go.
Yeah.
All right, so we made it to Revival Food Hall. Let's go in. Ooh, it's busy today. Oh, they got the Indian ones too, art of dosa. So they have a lot of different types of foods in here, guys. So if you ever come to Revival Food Hall, you will find a lot of variety to choose from. But we are looking particularly for hot chai. We came one time to a free event of their opening, which we thought the food was really good, so we want to try again. So here it is. Yes. So they have a really good seating area as well, lots of places to sit. And we're going to sit down and have some food. Thank you.
Oh, did you want straw?
I did, I put it in there. Show you guys what we got. We got these kind of fries. So for you. All right, so here is his sandwich. This one is huge. Popeyes ain't shit. That's what it's called. It's a monster. And then I got the chicken tenders and the watermelon sugar. I actually saw this online. They showed this as a whoa. Wow.
I don't know how I'm gonna eat.
Enjoy. All right, guys, so this is what we got.
Who can have this one bite?
Not me. Look at that.
It's huge.
It's a monster.
Good.
It definitely tastes like watermelon and lemonade. It does. But it's not super sweet. Like, you know how some lemonades, they're like extra sweet, or they put like extra sweetener in them, but this one is not overbearingly sweet. It's actually pretty balanced. But these sandwiches, guys, they're huge. They are huge. Yeah, we're gonna use our fingers or maybe cut them up a little bit because they're pretty big. So we are back. Thank you so much for watching this video again. Thank you for always interacting with us and commenting and liking our videos. We really appreciate it. We hope you enjoyed this one. And we will continue to work on the videos and keep uploading for you guys all.
Yeah, that's it for this video. Thanks everyone.
Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.